happy lies the crown.
Welcome back to I Am Heavy Cash. You already know it's your boy Don Heavy representing for the NY and the Shy. We're going to jump right into it like I like to do, because always remember, baby girl, foreplay is only for you, boo. But check it out. So I read an article written by Peter Coy of Bloomberg Business Weekly, and he addressed some concerns with millennials. He addressed some concerns with them, saying that they don't think they'll ever be rich. They don't think that they can make more money than their parents because employment is low and salaries are depressed, and just everybody's being a pessimist and a little weenie about it. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If you've been following I Am Heavy Cash, then you respect the Don and you love the Don and you know the Don Heavy, the man talking to you right now. And if you know Don Heavy, then you've heard of Money Talks coming across the wire. And if you heard of Money Talks and you've been following Money Talks, because I know that you guys love me so much, then you heard of a man named Mr. Crawley, Mr. Earl Crawley. This man never made more than $12 an hour, couldn't read, and guess what? Has a net worth of over $500,000. You know how he got that? From investing. Now, in Mr. Coy, Peter Coy's article, he mentioned that millennials are, I like that word, that's why I keep saying it like that, millennials, because it sounds like millions. That's why I don't understand why you millennials are acting like you're going to be broke forever and not rich. It sounds like millions. You labeled millennials. It just sounds the same. But anyway, I digress. He said, Mr. Coy, Mr. Peter Coy, I like that name too, but Mr. Coy said that up from 10% last year, more people between the ages of 25 and 35 are living with their parents. But I'm going to tell you something right now. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to say it once and I'm going to say it one time only. If I knew now what I knew when I lived with my mommy and daddy, I'd be a hell of a lot wealthier now. Because while you're living with mommy and daddy, you have no bills. And when you have no bills, you can still be financially literate with no bills. That equates to heavy cash. Because when you're living with mommy and daddy and you have no bills, and you invest your money instead of going and tricking it on the girls at school or tricking it on the girls at your job or going and spending it on cars and clothes, you know, trying to be the fly boy, you're trying to be the man. Guess what? Compound interest and dividends make you the man. Not the freshest pair of J's. Not the latest pair of True Religions. Not the latest Lexus that you got to park outside because mommy and daddy only use the garage. That's if you live in a house, if you're fortunate enough to live in a house, if you're blessed enough to live in a house. But because if you live in the projects, which I'm from the projects, so, you know, I'm not taking away anything from there. But if you live in the projects, then that's even more of a reason to invest. Because you don't want to live in the projects forever. But you know what? Just in case you might end up living in the projects, you need some assets for your children that could benefit your children, that could carry over and rise with inflation. Because we know what we're talking about here on I Am Heavy Cash. We know this investment stuff that we talk about. We're not just running our mouths here. So it's going to rise with your cash, going to rise with inflation. And you're going to be able to pass those assets, which are very liquid, meaning that they equal to cash. It's not much of a process to get the cash in your hand. You can convert them over to your children, which with compound interest and dividends, your children can become the man. Mr. Millennial, Mrs. Millennial. You see, understand what's happening here. Understand that you don't have to work harder. It was never about working harder. It's only about working smarter. You have to work smarter with your money. You have to make your money work hard for you. I'm tired of saying it, but I gotta say it over and over again because I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing too many people misbehave. Yes, if you are not financially literate, yes, if you are not investing, you are misbehaving according to the Don. You are misbehaving very inappropriately. And I don't agree with it. And you need a spanking. I don't care how grown you think you are. Especially if you still live with mommy and daddy, you're definitely not grown. But you can be a smart little kid. You can be a smart little kid and invest your money so you can really be the man when you move out. Because you keep working, salaries increase. The American economy, the United States economy, the world economy is going to get better. You know, in the article, it said things are unknowable. You know, quoting what Mr. Coy said in the article. Things, you know, there's some such things that are unknowable. Like, will humankind be saved by nuclear fusion, or doomed by climate change and wars over resources? You don't know. But one thing you do know is that if you invest, the chances of you coming out on top are way better. If you invest, your money can work for you. And if you live at home with mommy and daddy, start investing your money when you are in high school. I did a segment on I Am Heavy Cash. At what age should you start investing? There is no age. I say that if you're a parent, invest now. That way, these liquid assets, if you never need to call on them, then that's good for you. They can go for your children. That means when you convert them over for your children were invested before they were even born. That's a great time. Talk about it's never too early. That's a great time. You see, these liquid assets are convertible because you know what? If you want to buy a convertible, guess what? By the time your kid is grown, unless you took care of it, which costs even more money, unless you took care of it, your kids are never going to be able to see that convertible. That convertible would be worthless to your children. But we're not talking about the children. We're talking about the millennials here. The millennials. We're talking about the millennials. And you guys need to stop acting up because Mr. Earl Crawley, he's definitely not a millennial. And like I said before, he can't even read. He's dyslexic. He's from Baltimore, Maryland, but his net worth is $500,000. If you don't believe me, watch Money Talks Coming Across the Wire and believe it for yourself. If he can do it, I know you can. We have computers. We are smarter. We know things. We have social media. Come on, guys. Take your resources, take your knowledge, take your wit, invest in a company. Invest in a couple companies. Diversify your portfolio. Or just get a portfolio, goddammit. I don't care what it is. Do something. Do something and do something soon. Because this is ridiculous. Mr. Coy, I love the picture. I love the picture you had with the guy with his on his steps. Christian Baiting of Getty Images. That's a wonderful image to have somebody just sitting there, just depressed because he didn't invest. That's my new saying on I Am Heavy Cash. You will be depressed if you don't invest. That is it. I coined that and I stand on that because you need to invest your money. Get some dividends. Get some blue chip stocks. Invest in an index. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. Get an ETF if you must. I don't care what you do, but invest your money. Invest your money. Let your money work hard for you. We don't all have to be rich, but you can be better off than your parents. I'm pretty sure your parents probably had some investments. If you come from that way of life, if you know what I mean. We talk about I Am Heavy Cash, so I'm not going to talk about racial barriers here, but I'm gonna leave it at that. If you come from that way of life, from that side of the fence, then you probably know more about investments than the other side of the fence. So use what you know to your advantage and invest. And for the people on the other side of the fence that don't know much about investing, check out the Black Market Watch on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel where Don Heavy teaches you about the stock market and about investing basics. You have no excuse to not knowing about investing. Google teaches you how to invest if that's what you want to do. But learn to invest your money. Don't keep it underneath your pillow, working for mommy and daddy. And damn sure don't keep it in your clothes. Damn sure don't keep it in your car. Damn sure don't keep it in your jewelry. And damn sure don't keep it in the opposite sex. Because they burn money faster than I could burn fuel. I swear. Dating is the most costly activity known to man. I haven't been on a date in years. Because I say, damn, that food for both of us is going to cost this much. That's this many shares in another company. And because Don Heavy loves investing, and Don Heavy absolutely loves business. I make love to business, baby. I make love to. I just get the motion in the ocean. I start grinding. Oh yeah. You see that? Can you feel it? Can you feel the waves going? That's what I do. And you can do it too. You can ride the waves of your money that's invested, that's making you more money. Be smart. Invest your money. Let it work for you. And after you do that, tune in to another I Am Heavy Cash right after this one. Follow us on Twitter at DonHeavy_invest or subscribe to the YouTube channel to see Black Market Watch, where we teach investing principles and we teach about the stock market for investing beginners or the investors that need to hone and sharpen their skills. Also on our YouTube channel, you can catch Money Talks Across the Wire, where we talk about some notable people in every type of industry that make financial decisions, whether good or bad, and we can all learn from it. And the Don straight rips them apart if they've been misbehaving, because I don't like people misbehaving. One thing I don't like more than someone that has a little money misbehaving is someone that has a lot of money misbehaving. Ooh, that just grinds my gears. It just makes me mad just thinking about it right now. But remember, tune in to I Am Heavy Cash. Catch us on Twitter at DonHeavy_invest. And remember, if you don't invest, you will be depressed. Peace and love.
This program is brought to you by Her Pretty Ghost and Better New Business. Thank you for tuning in.